Welcome to the podcast. My name is Anthea, and today I have with me one of the young, vibrant men in the gospel music industry. He is known, well, he's not known as that. I know that. He doesn't know that. His name is Emmanuel Esuman Mensah, born on the 29th of September. I don't know if you can guess, but he also goes by the all-time famous Kingzkid. Kingzkid, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Anthea. Thanks for having me.
It's amazing having you here.
Yeah, it's exciting to be here.
13 years in the industry. How did you do it?
I didn't do anything. I was just being obedient to what God had already decided, what He had already written.
But you were very young when you started.
Just playing, yes. Second year in college, that's when I started. And I remember going for an all-night, and then after that, I prayed to God and said that, if it was time for me to do what He brought me here for, He should help me out. And
so did you always know that you had like a music background that you wanted to further or something?
Yeah, I've always loved music. I started singing and rapping, as cliche as it may sound, from a very young age. I used to sing and rap a lot. At the age of 9 or 10, my uncle used to give me the slots every 24th of December, and I'll assemble my little cousins and my brothers, and then I'll give everybody parts to sing. That's when I started writing music, actually, and that's when I started writing this kind of music, like gospel music and all of that. And I remember I used to always call my uncles and people, and I'd be like, yo, I can sing. Help me to produce a song. They'll let you sing the song and rap. After that, they say, you're good.
So it sounds to me like you got the family backing, you got their support.
Nah, they just made you sing for free. So you just sing for them, and then that's it. At the end of it, like nothing happened.
Were they also in the music industry already or something?
No, I don't have any family member that's in music.
So they were just good at writing music, and then?
No, the closest person I had in the family to music was my uncle, my late uncle Nana, who used to play guitar and sing. But he passed. He didn't really come, commercial with music and stuff. Yeah, but afterwards. I started off as a keyboardist in my uncle's church, and then I started playing drums a little, and then next thing I realized that I actually had a gift. I used to sing, and I always wanted to do music.
But I keep saying you started so young, because you did.
Yeah.
And at that time, young guy, you're in school. If I was in your position, last thing I would want to do is to be
gospel.
Why not secular? Like, what made you?
But you see, that's one of the reasons why I actually also did it. I remember in Central, by the time I was setting out, one thing that I always used to say was that right now it's difficult for any young person to want to be a gospel artist.
Okay.
But 10 years from now, they'll have someone to look up to and say, sorry, this guy did it, so I can actually do it. And that's essentially what purpose is. It seems impossible because no one has done it before. Sometimes God calls people to start something or pioneer something or crusade something so that other people can see, it's actually possible. You can actually still use your gifts and your talents.
So when you came in the industry, was it easy for you to enter? Or did you have loads of challenges trying to make your name, trying to be heard, trying to be seen? Was it something that you found really difficult, or was it easy?
No, it wasn't that difficult because it was unique. It was different. And the young people...
So you had open arms?
No, I had open arms from the people who it was meant for.
I was about to say, lucky you. Because not everybody has... I was about to say,
No, even now, there are people who still have questions about what we do and all of that. So if you're talking about from the industry's perspective,
yes,
then it wasn't an easy move, because I remember many times in the beginning, because people didn't understand what it was, having questions about it, pastors driving you off stage and all of that.
Well, because you were doing rap at the time.
It was Afrobeat, but the dances that were used for the song was so-called devil dances. Back then, Azonto had now come. Azonto, all of these dances had now come.
So you were doing Azonto and stuff on stage?
No, the people would do it. So when my music comes on, that's the dance they'll do. So I remember in Takra, one pastor told me, make sure they don't dance
Azonto on the stage.
And then the song started, and then guess what dance they will dance, because this is that kind of vibe. So they just started giving Azonto. And then he just sacked me off the stage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I understand, it was...
But didn't that make you feel did you feel giving up, disappointed? Did you feel you were let down somehow because young man trying your best, and then...
It will hurt.
Someone tells you to come off the stage.
It will hurt, but you don't give up because of hurt. You thrive. You use the hurt as energy, because I knew at the age of 12, I got a prophecy.
Okay.
And he said that he saw me on billboards and posters around the world. I should take music serious. It was going to take me around the world. So I knew that, okay, this is the path that I'm going to be on.
Okay.
Right. So I think that also helped me to know that, okay, this is more than something that I'm trying to do. It's an assignment, because a lot of hundreds of thousands of destinies are also tied to it. Young people need to see someone. So anytime things like that happen, it rather stirred me up, and I would rather say something like, okay, next time I'll be here and you'll be paying me, or I'll be here and you will need me to be here, or something.
And it's happening.
You get to hear. So that's it. The thing is that if people get hurt and take offense a lot because we're thinking about self.
Right.
And we're human. Eventually it will hurt you when things like that happen. But once you get like a bigger picture of, this is far bigger than I will ever be, like, this is.
But then something must be motivating you. Something must be keeping you on course, because for the past 13 years, you know, facing all these different challenges, it can't be just you reminding yourself that this is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm going to keep going. What has been your motivation? Primary
motivation will be passion. You need to enter music or anything in this world because you have a passion for it and you love it. That's what will make you be able to do it, even in the times when it wasn't paying off, until it starts paying off. It's the passion and the desire to know that, okay, this thing will work out eventually. It will touch somebody's life. It will become lucrative eventually, although it's not now. You get to hear. That's what keeps you going. And I think like the primary thing will be passion, because it's passion that will make me get a song and say, yo, I don't mind putting like 3,000 CDs to record this song because I love it. It's something I want to record. I want to put it out. First of all, I'm not doing it because I think I'm going to get 1 million from it. I'm doing it because this is the gift God gave me. I'm feeding it. This is the passion. So you just have to keep fanning the flames of the flames of fire until it literally catches fire. And then you realize that, oh, okay, I knew all along that this thing would work. People didn't know. But this is what I was seeing, and this was what was driving me. And it's also essential never to lose the passion, because like I keep saying all the time, that passion must put food on your table. But if your passion, if the money or the food becomes your passion, that's the end.
There's an issue.
Yeah, that's where people's creativity ceases, because now the hunger that makes you want to write music or go into the studio, or, you know, you lose it, because now all you're thinking about, hey, this song, I forget some $5 million from
so you're basically saying that you're not doing music for money.
I'm saying that I wasn't doing it for money, but money started coming. Yeah.
Are you doing it for money now?
I'm not doing it for I'm doing it for passion, but money is part of it now.
So your passion will feed you, basically.
Yes. So like I said, it must put food on the table, undisputed. Because like an example would be like a makeup artist or someone. You can't just say you want to paint people's face for free forever. Course. You do it because you love it initially. You use family members to practice. Let me use your face, friends, and then eventually someone calls you and says, hey, can I pay you 1,500? You get it.
Yeah, definitely.
Then it becomes lucrative. So passion should be the driving force, but essentially it must be lucrative.
Of course.
Yeah.
What was your first track that you ever released? What was the name of the song?
It was called I Depend on You.
Oh, I Depend on You.
Yeah.
And how was that received?
I think that was one of the things that fueled my persistence to doing what I'm doing, because I just put the song out. I did not do it because I thought it would blow. It's a song God gave me. And then I did it, and then I just woke up one day and people were singing it. A lot of people were downloading people. I was like, what's happening?
You wrote it yourself?
Yeah.
Do you write all your songs yourself?
Yeah, so far. But now I am opening like myself up to having like other writers as well.
Okay, I see. I remember hearing a particular song. I can't remember what it was called, and I've totally forgotten how it sounded. But I had a friend who had a little daughter that loved your song. Like every time that kid heard your song, they would just go crazy. And there was something about that actually drew me to look for you. Yeah. And I think that's how we ended up meeting up. So yeah, definitely your song has always had some sort of influence on a lot of people. And so I mean, I feel like you might be limiting yourself by saying you wouldn't work with a secular musician and so on and so forth. There's so much you can learn from them.
I get why you're saying that. For learning, you can learn from everyone. Even the Bible says, learn from the prince.
You made up your mind. You're staunch.
The Bible even says that
going to happen.
You should learn from the prince and learn from the servants. So that's facts. For learning, there's a lot you can pick up, you can learn. But learning doesn't mean that you have to
cross over and
you get it. Yeah. So like Undisputed, some of them are doing really, really amazing stuff. But is it my calling to do something with them? It's not. It might be another person's calling. I've had somebody actually diss me before because of this, because he wanted to do a collaboration, and then I said I couldn't do it, and he said, so why? You think if you pay, you will go heaven? I was like, well, I haven't said I'm going to heaven. I don't even I didn't say that. I just said that I can't do the feature because of this. And there was another person. You haven't really
given me your reason why you wouldn't do it.
Another mainstream person also just understood. It was like, oh, but if you do, people no go back, right?
I mean, do you anticipate some sort of problems should you do it? Do you feel like maybe, what if they pull me into the world, and before I realize I've become worldly, or
I can't.
Like,
if
what's stopping you?
I'll just walk in myself. I don't need.
Because you haven't really given me your reason for not.
Yeah, like I said, it's just
your own personal preference.
It's just conviction,
right?
Like my personal thing.
Right.
Do you get it? Yeah. So I don't do this, I do this. And everybody around me knows that, okay, this guy doesn't do this. That's what I'm saying. You just have to stand for something. And this is what I chose to stand for. Do you get it? Yeah. If the person converts and becomes like a Christian, or does a Christian album, and they are serious and they're still there, I don't mind. Like we can
I've had somebody make complaints to me and say to me that, okay, well, Anthea, why is it that gospel musicians call themselves artists? How do you feel about that? Are you an artist, or you're a gospel musician?
A musician is even
because I hear a lot of people make that reference to themselves. I'm an artist. Is it a career for you, or is it a ministry? Because I feel like I don't have an issue with it, but I feel like the moment somebody calls themselves an artist,
it makes it commercial.
It's a career. It's a commercial something.
Yeah.
So I could sort of understand where that person was coming from, and I kind of like agreed with them to an extent. I hadn't really looked at it from that perspective, but I'm throwing that at you now. I mean, since you're here, let me just bully you a little.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with either of the titles. It's what you represent that matters. Because artist or gospel
yes, it is what you represent at the end of the day. But if you call yourself an artist, then it's a career. So I'm asking you, is it a career, or is it a ministry?
You can, as long as it's gospel, you can't have a career without a ministry. That's where people blur the lines.
You can't have a career without a ministry?
Yes, it's ministry and career both. It's a ministry because
but people run their ministry and stay within their ministry and have a separate career. So you know that, okay, this person does this ministry, but this is their career.
Ministry is really what you do in honor of God, right? It's like,
what you do in honor of God.
God, your assignment. So if music it's ministry, but for the world's categorization, you have to also stand for something. So that's where they refer to you as a gospel artist.
Then does that mean you do this full time, and so therefore it is a career also?
It's a ministry, it's a full time. It's a ministry, it's a career.
Yeah, because you do it full time.
Everything,
Right.
It's everything. So I do that. Whether I do other things on the side or not, is still ministry. Like that's your primary goal here on earth.
Right.
So you're fulfilling
ministry. And it's your job at the same time.
So that is where you have to be careful, where you, like, the way you handle it. And that's where people have a lot of issues.
Some people have issues of charging.
Yeah.
They feel like, why should a gospel
artist charge?
Musician or an artist?
Okay, musician.
Well, say how you feel comfortable, but I mean, some people feel like, okay, if you say you're a gospel musician, why should you come and charge?
Yeah, because I said I'm a gospel musician. I didn't say I'm a pastor.
What do you mean?
He's a gospel musician. He sings. He does music.
So they need to be paid, and the pastor doesn't need to get paid?
No, like you said, he's a gospel musician. He's an artist. Music is different. It's quite like a different field from the preaching of the word. Yes, it's the word in audio.
But some pastors also say it's their career. So they do that full time too, and that's where they also eat from.
There are pastors who charge when you call them for ministries, and there are others who are paid by the church every month. Do you get it?
Yes.
That's different. So those who charge when they go, it's because, you see, the thing is that, let me just hinge on this particular subject. It's just the world's perspective of things. If you do not place a value on yourself, the world devalues you. So I've heard a lot of pastors make reference to this in real life, saying that there's this people, they always call me, I go there, And then one day I heard on the phone that he was telling his people that, "Wait, my friend now, blah." That's not respect.
Okay.
He's doing you a favor because he's a friend.
Right.
Right? But if you start doing
the other party is not looking
the other
at it
party
like
things
that.
like he's using you or he's manipulating you. And they're also like, okay, me for instance, why do I charge? Let's limit it to me. It's because I've had instances, more than 10 scenarios where people have organized events in church, Christian events. They will go and take a budget, put your name on it, put an amount there. Then they'll come and tell you, we don't have money. Thank you. But they receive the money.
They've taken the money already.
Do you get it? So it's all of these things. Ideally, a gospel minister, the church should take care of you. So
You've just used the right word.
Minister is what you wanted to say.
Gospel minister is probably what I'm trying to
say
find.
that a musician.
Yeah.
If the church takes care of you, or let me just come back again to ministering. If I'm going to a church and before I have to even say anything, they're like, we are calling you and we want you to come and minister for us. We're a church, this. And we have, let's say, this amount, X amount put aside for you, a good amount for you. Do I have to say, no, give me... Do you get it? It's because people take advantage of people. In the beginning of my ministry, I did about 150 shows for free. And it was intentional because I wanted to push what I was doing. First of all, it's new people didn't understand it. In the beginning of my ministry, again, I gave 1,500 CDs of my first album for free because I understood what I was doing. I knew that if I give one person a CD, that's a whole family or a whole community because somebody else will see it through him. So you have to be intentional.
You're charging now?
So I gave that.
Do you charge now?
Yes, but now there are still shows that I still do for free because it's not everywhere that you charge. There are places where you build relationships. There are places where you feel like, no, this is a place for impact.
Okay.
And there are other places where I feel like, yo, pay me my money. Because
on what basis?
If you call me for...
No, hold on a second.
If you call me for a school event or you call me for a concert or an award show or something, bro...
There's money there too.
Yeah, you have to because they have money. They have budgets, yeah. But even if it's a church and you say it's a youth ministry and stuff, I'll ask you, okay, so what plans have you made? That's why I'm saying that there's a thin line between the artistry and the ministry because if you dwell just on artistry, you'd be like, pay me 30,000, I'm not coming. Or pay me 20,000, I'm not coming. But where the ministry comes in... How do
you feel about those that are that specific? They come in and they say, listen, these are my charges. You either pay me this or I'm not turning up. You, as a gospel minister who are very firm in your beliefs because you won't even cross over to do secular stuff. So I take it you're very, very firm in your, you won't bend or curve.
Well,
from somebody like you, from your perspective, how do you feel about those kind of people?
Yeah, what I was saying was that, like, the thin line between ministry and artistry is finding out why God wants you to go there. God wants you to go there first of all. Because if He doesn't want you to go, don't go. It's not everywhere that you go also as a minister. That's what people get confused. But those that come
in and say, pay me 20,000, or I'm not turning up.
So that's them. But for me,
what are your views? You're trying to avoid that.
No, with my understanding, I'm like, okay, this is how much I charge. But you can't do this. What can you do? If you give something that's close or something, or I realize that, no, I really have to come here and be of impact to young people. And sometimes you also have to do like assessments as well and see, okay, projection of about 5,000 young people who probably about 3,000 people don't know you. See, like you have to also
be calculated.
Yeah. So what will I get? Okay,
benefit.
I do events for free also, and I get venues for free in return, so I can come to your church or your event and do it for free for you.
But I want your views. I want your views
on other people's actions.
Other people who come in and say, "Pay me this." You don't pay me this, I'm not turning up.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well done. Like it's their lifestyle, it's their decision. But for me, I have to find a way to be there. Except I can't be there. So if I'm not gonna let it be because you couldn't pay me, let's say 10,000 CDs, so I did not come for a youth event. If you can pay 5 or 6, and then we can have other arrangements, it's fine. We can make it happen. Do you get it?
Kingzkid, you've been a tough nut to crack, but I've enjoyed every bit of this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and hope to see you soon.
Sure.
Thank you for watching, and hope to catch you again soon.